Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your man, Dr. BOA, aka Book About for Running Me. A lot of men these days are experiencing semen retention for the benefits that we all know it brings, but a lot of men are also struggling with seeing this through to completion because it's not an easy thing to do unless you prepare yourself to win. So today, I'm going to tell you 5 ways to win at semen retention and elevate your self-control to a higher plane. Prepare for takeoff. Now, the first thing I want to say is this. You have to be sure you're ready to go on this journey. This is not a game. This is not child's play. This is not something that's going to be easy to do because you've lived the majority of your life thinking that giving your semen away, doing your tryst with women was the thing to do. So you have to make sure that your mind has embraced the thought process that giving your semen away is not a healthy thing to do, is not a masculine thing to do, is not the proper thing to do. If you can't wrap your mind around that concept, then you're not ready for the semen retention journey just yet. Just like with everything else you do, you have to change your mind first. So the first thing I want you to do is make sure you're ready for this journey. Do some research. Don't ask a lot of questions without doing your own research. Whenever you ask a question and get an answer, you go research the answer. You need to be able to pull this information together yourself as opposed to listening to someone tell you about it. Now, getting some direction on it is perfectly fine. But when it comes to establishing the information that you need to have this information charted and written down on your own, which means you need to stop being lazy and do your own research. Now, once you wrap your mind around the concept that this is how you need to go about this and you're ready and prepared for this, the next thing you're going to have to do is work out every day. Now, you may say, well, Dr. BOA, what does that have to do with semen retention? It has everything to do with semen retention. You're going to have to work out in order to use that testosterone in some other way. And the most efficient way to use that testosterone is to rebuild your muscles, repair your muscles, recover your muscles, grow your muscles. So you better be working out. I say every day, but at least 4 times a day. You need to be working out at least 4 times a week, rather. You need to be working out at least 4 times a week. At least. And you need to really be going in and working out and not playing. Even if you're working out at home, you need to really be working out and taxing your muscles because you need your muscles to be in dire need of that testosterone in order to rebuild and grow. As long as you're using that testosterone, you're not going to have it pooled up in your body, causing you to feel those urges that men experiences when they embark upon the semen retention journey. So that's one thing you need to do. And of course, with working out, comes drinking your water and eating the proper foods, getting the proper nutrition, making sure you're hitting all of your micronutrients. And if you don't know what your micronutrients are, then I'll do a dedicated video to that one coming up pretty soon here, and we'll get into that. But just make sure you're eating clean, make sure you're eating healthy, or do some research. Now, another thing is get the proper amount of rest. You must get the proper amount of rest. Now you may say, BOA, what does sleeping have to do with that? When I sleep, I dream. I may have a wet dream when I'm asleep. You may, but this is why you're going to get your rest. You're going to get your rest because you need your mind to be strong and focused on a goal like this. In the beginning, okay, you're excited about it. But about 2 or 3 months in, you're not going to be as excited about it anymore because you're going to start to think about it more. And so you need your mind to be sharp and focused on sticking to the goal. No matter what level of temptation comes your way, you need to be able to stick to the goal. I'm telling you, man, if this is your goal, you're going to have to stick to it. It's going to be up to you to stick to this goal. No one else is going to have to help you. No one else is going to be required to help you. And frankly, no one else is going to want to help you. This is your thing. This is a personal journey, as all alpha journeys are. Now, the next thing you're going to do is get busy as hell. The busier you are, the less time you have to think about the fact that you're not getting any sex, that you're not getting any sexual release. Don't have time to think about that. Grind, work hard, focus on so many things that by the time you get home and feed yourself, you're tired. You're ready to go to sleep. Work yourself like a Hebrew slave if you have to. Do whatever you have to do to keep your mind off of the fact that you're not having access to women, you're not being intimately involved with women, and you're sure not being intimately involved with yourself. These are some of the most important steps that you can do when you want to be successful at semen retention. As a matter of fact, these are the absolute 5 most necessary steps, in my humble opinion. The next thing, leave these damn women alone. It seems simple, right? But you'd be surprised at how many men that I have consultations with, and they're struggling with semen retention, but they still got a stable of women that they're dealing with. I just spoke with a guy earlier. He's having women sending him nudes. Man, you cannot have women sending you nudes while you're practicing semen retention. You have to give yourself an opportunity to win at this thing, man. You have to eliminate things from this process that are going to be detrimental to the process. You can't be a dope fiend who gets out of a 12-step program and says, well, I'm not going to smoke, but I'm just going to go back and hang out at the trap. You can't do that. You have to put yourself in a position to win, and that is by taking away the things that are definitely going to make it harder for you to win. So you can't be dealing with the woman who's going to send you that. You really shouldn't be dealing with any women at all. Semen retention is not just about not having a sexual release. Semen retention is about coming to grips with your ability to control your urges when it comes to women, your need to have a woman. I won't say your desire to have a woman because that may never go away, but it's about you controlling that desire to have a woman around, where if you don't want to have a woman around, then you won't have a woman around. You don't need to deal with women while you're practicing semen retention, while you're abstaining, or however you go about it, or whatever you want to call it. You must understand that the goal of this is to overcome your lust and desire and even need to always have women around. Now, there's 3 ways you're going to do this. When I say leave women alone, the 3 ways you're going to do this. You're going to leave women alone on social media. Get the hell off Instagram if you can't stop following women. If you can't stop looking at women pictures, delete your Instagram account. If you have a business on Instagram, you're going to be looking at women pictures anyway. You're on there taking care of business. But if you have a personal Instagram account and you don't have any business interests there, close that. You don't need it. It's a gateway to something that's detrimental to your process. Don't do it. Anywhere that women congregate and show themselves and do whatever it is that they do to make a man focus on a woman's body that he doesn't even know and can't even access, and turns him on with a woman that he can't even get. You don't need that in your life, so eliminate that. The second way is dating. You don't need to date if you're not going to have sex. What's the purpose in dating if there's not any sex at the end? That's the whole purpose of dating. No one dates to meet a mate. Hopefully you're not dating to meet a mate. Hopefully you don't think you're going to go out and date and meet a mate and meet the woman that you need to be with or you want to be with for the rest of your life. Hopefully no man who listens to me is on that path. But I will say this to you. You must understand that the purpose of dating is to procure sex from a woman in exchange for the whining and dining that you do in dating. But if you're practicing semen retention, or you're practicing abstinence, or you're going monk, or whatever you're doing that requires you to restrain from sexual intercourse with women, and in some of these cases, any type of sexual release, why are you dating women anyway? It's a waste of time to put yourself in the company of a beautiful woman when you're practicing something that she cannot contribute to. And the third thing is stay the hell away from porn. Stay the hell away from porn. If you got a membership to a porn site, cancel it. Stay the hell away from porn. Let me tell you something. If you have a real problem with porn, have somebody else come put a parental control on your computer where you can't go to porn sites, and tell them to keep that password away from you until a certain amount of time. Hopefully that's not where you are. But let me tell you something, man. The main thing that you have to do here when it comes to leaving women alone is understand that you don't have a woman around you who is not contributing to what it is that you want to do in your life. You don't have a woman around who is not able to benefit the process that leads to your success. And in this particular scenario, semen retention, there is absolutely nothing a woman can do to benefit this process. So you have to ask yourself, what's more important? Finishing this journey and ultimately reaching your goal, or giving in to the same urges, the same desires, the same lust that caused you to practice semen retention in the first place as a means to overcome that lust? Hey man, I hope this video has been beneficial to you. If it has, man, go ahead and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. When you subscribe, click that bell, turn on your notifications so you can be alerted whenever I upload some more of this amazing, informative content. Peace. It's the book of Alpha running, man, homie. Read it or weep.